only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and repeat offender.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Brent Humpherys is in the house. Humpherys Homes and Estates, welcome back.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Glad to have you with us. And we are live today, so we can say, Brent, that did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I did, yeah. How about that game last night?
There we go.
I'm still stuffed. I must have eaten the bag.
Exactly. I mean, holy cow. Talk about scandalous, right? I mean, of course, most people are not going to know what we're talking about because there are not very many people that watch that program that spoofed.
Game last night.
There we go.
I'm still stuffed. I must have eaten the bag.
Exactly. I mean, I love that. Talk about that spoofed, the game that spoofed America, or the show that spoofed America.
I didn't watch it. I just read about it.
I didn't watch it either. Let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you, and you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are no operators standing by. I am it.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, celebration of the day. You know, like I looked at the celebration. Oh, quiet there. Interesting stuff going on here. Looking at the celebration of the day, you know, every day I look and see what are we celebrating, and there's always something great to celebrate. We live in the greatest country in the world. Got to have something to celebrate. So I thought they were talking about me when I saw National Jerky Day, and I said Craft Jerky Day. So I don't even know what Craft Jerky Day is. So couldn't have been me that they were talking about this time.
Maybe someone was offended at the word beef, so they had to say Kraft Jerky.
Maybe that's it.
Possibly.
Could be. I don't know. Kraft must be it's a brand or something. I don't know. Then I saw it's Cyber Monday. I'm not big into shopping, but I do hit the cyber world a little bit. And obviously, having beaten anorexia, then I came across the subject of the day, the celebration of the day, National Bavarian Cream Pie Day. Yeah, we can go with that one. Although, I'm not really that hungry. I always eat a lot. But following Thanksgiving, I probably did more than my share of consumption. Checking out the markets today, Dow Jones Industrial Average, it's up 30 points. Oil down $1.03 a barrel. Yeah, we'll see what happens there. We're looking also the U.S. 10-year Treasury down just a little bit. So where's that going with the mortgage market? We are looking at the 30-year fixed rate up, the bond market. That would be the MBS. Mortgage-backed securities up 3 basis points means rates are down, but 3 basis points is not going to mean a whole heck of a lot to anybody. S&P 500 down a little bit, and again, the U.S. 10-year Treasury down 1 basis point. Again, not a whole lot of excitement right there for anybody to get excited over. We'll continue looking at what's going on in the news. Obviously, the Thanksgiving weekend, sales, cyber sales, all going on. The initial reports I saw were that the Black Friday sales were good. Not sure too many people are out driving though. Look at the numbers on gasoline. $2.50 a gallon, $2.50.7 a gallon. That would be the national number. Brent Humpherys pays a whole lot less than that. California, here in Taxifornia, we're at 319.1. amongst the highest places in the country, as always. And I will share with you that if you're looking for gas and you need a lot of it, Alabama, $2.22.7 a gallon is the price of gasoline in Alabama. So that's where you got to go if you want gas right now. That's the place to be. Checking on what else is going on in the news this morning. Came out with some new home sales, measures signed contracts on new homes up 6.2% in October at a 685,000 unit annualized pace, stronger than expectations of 620,000 units. That's a big increase above what they expected. Last month's number, a 10-year high, revised lower from 667,000 to 645,000. 278,000 of those are not even made yet, so think about that concept. Inventory levels bumped up slightly, 278,000 last month to 282,000. Month supply of homes dropped from 5.5 months to 4.9 months because sales are rising faster than supply, which speaks to strong demand. Median home price increased to $312,800, up 3% from last month. Most sales, think about this one, most of us would have thought that the sales were taking place in the hurricane belt. Not so. The Northeast and Midwest are where the sales are going. Just a thought right there. Even Diana Olick, and you know that I'm not a fan of Diana Olick. She hasn't got a real estate report right in her life. But even she couldn't say anything bad about the report this morning. Just a thought right there. Watch what's going on. Bond prices are going to stay pretty tight range right now. We'll see which way they break out, but that's where the mortgage world is going. If you're thinking of buying or selling a house, we're going to talk to Brent Humpherys about that in a little bit. But interest rates, they are strong. And one of the reports that we are going to talk about is the cost of not owning your own home. The cost of not owning your own home. That'll be a biggie that we'll get into today. Checking in other news, obviously we are watching the United States Senate. Are they going to get a tax relief bill done for us? Now, we're in California where we like high taxes, so we probably, our senators probably will not vote for any kind of tax relief. They know that Californians love being taxed to the nth degree because we always vote for the people that are going to tax us more. So we know that that's what Californians like. I love listening over the weekend to some of the Sunday shows with Peter King from New York talking about that they should not be penalized for living in a high-tax state. What's the penalty? You voted for it. That's what people want. They want high taxes. If people in California didn't want high taxes, they would not vote for Jerry Brown. If they did not want high taxes, they would not have put Kamala Harris and Dianne Feinstein in the Senate. We like high taxes. It's the way it is. So say thank you. You're getting what you want. Moving right along. Now, President Trump, he's not a big fan of the high taxes. How do I know that? Well, he's willing even to go so far as to support the Republican candidate in Alabama. Now, I don't know that anybody condones what was supposedly done. I have no idea whether Roy Moore did what he's been accused of or not. That is for a court of law to determine, not a court of public opinion. But President Trump, he's out there simply looking to see how he can get things done for the American people, and he knows that even with the record that Moore may or may not, things that he may or may not have done, he's still better for the agenda than Doug Jones. Just the thought right there. The agency with two heads, that's an interesting one as well.
It is what it is.
So we've talked before about the CFPB, and the courts have said, similar to what I've said to you as well, the CFPB is probably unconstitutional. The whole entity is probably unconstitutional. There's no logical reason why in the United States of America we should have any entity that has the ability of being the judge, jury, and executioner all in one with no oversight from any elected official. None. Yet the entity is still there. Thank you, Elizabeth Warren. Unbelievable how they still vote for her. But I think President Obama's had something to say about it also.
So I know whose ass to kick.
Yeah, so Richard Cordray decided that he was going to retire, thank goodness. And part of the bill says that he gets to, whoever the undersecretary, whatever they call him is, his assistant, takes over for him if he can't do his duties. Well, he decides last Friday that Leandra English is going to be his successor, names her to the job, and then says, oh yeah, I'm not going to retire at the end of the month. My retirement is effective immediately. Well, Why should Cordray have the right to... He was not elected by anybody. He was not confirmed. He's nothing. He was appointed there. See, the CFPB answers to the Federal Reserve, who they never run out of money because they just print whatever they need. So think about that concept. President Trump says Mick Mulvaney is going to be the interim secretary or the interim successor there until someone else comes in. The two of them are now going round and round. Unreal. Not hearing this on the evening news. Nancy Pelosi. I know she's in here somewhere.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
On Meet the Press Sunday, put forth a vigorous defense of the 88-year-old Congressman John Conyers. He's another accused abuser. She's saying, praising him as an icon in our country. I wonder if she said that about Roy Moore. Just a thought. I don't know. Just a thought there. But we do know one thing, that Conyers has paid out a lot. Oh, wait. You and I have paid out a lot of money to cover up what Conyers did because they use taxpayer money for that. Time Magazine now has a new boss. Yeah, the billionaire brothers Charles and David Koch. They have been the buyers of Time Incorporated and all of its publications. Maybe they'll figure out that Colin Kaepernick should not be the man of the year. J.J. Watt seems like an easy solution to that one for me. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the cost of not owning your own home. What are 3 dumb things you can do with email? And Cyber Monday, some hacks to score great deals. And Brent Humpherys is going to tell us about selling during the holidays. We'll talk about all that and more. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Did you know that banks and credit bureaus are rewarded financially if you have bad credit? And the worse your credit score is, the more money they can make off of you? How does that make you feel, knowing that banks are getting rich off of your hard-earned money? How does it make you feel, knowing that if a bank or a credit bureau makes a mistake on your credit report, they benefit from it and it hurts you? The Fair Credit Report Act of 1971 requires banks and credit bureaus to report only accurate information, and nearly 100% of all credit reports are inaccurate. If you're sick and tired of being broke and tired of being robbed by the banks, you owe it to yourself and to your family to call Rondi. Rondi is a FICO-certified credit professional and has helped thousands of people just like you get out of debt and establish great credit. Rondi's number is 855-608-1990. Again, that's 855-608-1990. Or visit creditsanitizer.com. Again, that website is creditsanitizer.com.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and TRE number 018699452.
Are you a veteran, police officer, firefighter, doctor, nurse, or teacher? If so, you qualify as one of Ron Siegel's VIP heroes, and we have rewards up to $5,000 or $10,000 when you buy, sell, or refinance a home with one of the Ron Siegel radio partners. As one of the heroes, real estate agents will rebate part of their commission, lending partners will give a credit at closing, the title company has special published rates, and many other service providers have incentives too. All you need to do is call Ron Siegel Radio at 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit VIPHeroProgram.com. Just think about what you will do with all the rebates and incentives from the partners of Ron Siegel Radio. Just call us at 800-306-1990 so we can show you our appreciation for your service.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Well, welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Good morning. It is time for some good morning shout-outs. Cynthia, Lourdes, Arn, Rich, good to see you, buddy. Romel, Robin, Dora, Sergio, good to see you as well. Glad you're all with us this morning. Glad if you have any questions, comments, thoughts, go ahead and put them in the box there right on Facebook. If you're on Facebook with us live, we are live today. Now, of course, we're live every day or just about every day. So if you've got questions or comments, go ahead and put them right in the box there, and we will see if we can stump the master. I always love trying to throw stumping questions. I would say there's only one question I've ever stumped Brent Humpherys with, and it was probably one of the best times that after I told him what it was all about, we were both pretty everyone was happy that I stumped him, but we won't even go into that one, Brent. But in the real-time real estate segment today, being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio, text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. Hey, be cognizant. Watch out for the system or listening to us. I've got a whole setup, a whole process that we're going to be putting together. It's going to be free. Everything you need to know about getting a mortgage. You can just be able to have to send us a text message. We'll tell you when that process is all ready, that package is ready, and we'll get you everything you need to know about getting a mortgage, refinance, purchase, the affordability, the whole bit. Coming out soon. The cost of not owning your own home. Owning a home has great financial benefits, yet many continue to rent. So let's look at the financial reasons why owning a home of your own has been a part of the American dream for as long as America has existed. Zillow recently reported that, quote, in reality, buying or renting a home is an intensely personal decision with emotional and even financial considerations that go beyond whether to invest in this one, admittedly large asset. Looking strictly at housing market numbers, there is a concrete point at which buying a home makes more financial sense than renting it. What proof exists that owning is financially better than renting? Number one, we recently highlighted the top 5 financial benefits of home ownership. And that was forced savings, tax savings, lock in your monthly housing cost. It's cheaper than renting, and no other investment lets you live inside of it. Cars are a depreciable asset, so that's not an investment. Number 2, studies have shown that a homeowner's net worth is 44 times greater than that of a renter. Just a few short months ago, we explained that a family that purchased an average-priced home at the beginning of 2017 could build more than $48,000 in family wealth over the next 5 years. And some argue that renting eliminates the cost of taxes and home repairs. But every potential renter must realize that all the expenses the landlord incurs are already baked into the rent payment, along with a profit margin. The bottom line, owning a home has always been and will always be better from a financial standpoint than renting. Let's get on with it. If you haven't got your home in order, give me a call, 800-306-1990. Let's see what you can afford. There's only 2 options that I'm going to tell you when you talk about buying or renting a home. You have the option of either buying the home, paying someone else's mortgage, and you're ready to do it today. Or the other option is you're not ready to do it today, so let's get you on a game plan that will get you ready to do it. Those are the issues. That is the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Text NEST, N-E-S-T, to 79564. Find your dream home before someone else does. So let's think about this concept right now. We are today live broadcast, November 27. It is a Monday. It is raining, so you here in Orange County. So you can tell that we are live. This was not pre-recorded, pre-taped. And people are starting to ask the question as you move into the end of the year, should I buy? Should I wait? Should I wait till the spring? It's rainy. I don't want people running through my house. What are the options? What should you do? So what better solution, what better answer can I offer than for me just to sit here and say, Brent Humpherys, good morning. What do we do?
Good morning. Well, I came in wanting to discuss from a sales perspective, the idea of whether it's a good idea to put your home on the market in the holidays. I think it's always a good time to buy, particularly when prices are going up. And not buying, obviously, based upon your study, 44 times the net worth the study showed of someone who owns a home versus someone who's renting. But from the sales side of it, is now a good time for me to put my home on the market. There are multiple very good arguments that putting your home on the market in November and December is not the best idea.
It's not?
No. Many people that suggest that. I want to come in and throw 7 curveballs at the traditional wisdom on this because there's plenty of information out there that suggests...
Were you at the... Let me just ask this. Were you at the meetings, the baseball meetings last week?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay. Because generally when we talk about curveballs, we're thinking about the baseball meeting.
Nice. You and your sound effects, that's great. So
okay, go ahead, Brent.
So consider this. First of all, if you're going to be listing your home over the holidays, you know that many people forego putting their home on the market. They wait until January, they wait until spring.
Right.
Or if they're on the market, they say, I don't want people running through my home when I got a turkey out, the kids' Christmas presents and all, and the family's staying here, they're coming in a few days early. I don't want to have my home on. So people either wait and not put their home on, or if their home is on, many people take their home
What do you mean on?
On the market.
On the market,
I'm
okay.
sorry, up for sale.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's on the MLS, showing appointments, call ahead.
Go ahead.
I don't know where that's coming
Neither
from.
do I.
That's very, very bizarre because I'm silenced.
Okay. Go ahead. So we're on the market.
Okay, so many people either not on the market or they're on the market and they take their home off temporarily because of the holidays.
Okay.
What those two things mean is that there are fewer homes for sale during the holidays. And if there are fewer homes for sale, which means lower inventory, buyers have fewer choices. Where does the leverage go? It goes into the seller column. Sellers are actually better off with less inventory because buyers have fewer choices.
So you're diminishing the supply.
Correct.
And the demand is still there.
Correct.
And we know that the demand is there because there's a lot of coming out. Before we went live this morning, I was sharing with you that we're working on a lot of new programs and processes for next year. And, I'm just a little radio guy, right? There's a lot of people...
I must really be a little radio guy then.
No, little radio, large guy.
Oh, sorry.
Oversized guy.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not even going to go down that straight. But the whole issue becomes that, I'm putting together these different programs, processes. We've got some new people that are starting this week. A lot of the big companies are doing that too.
They are.
Right? So they're saying, okay, Brent, you need to move to Texas next week.
Sure. Companies are doing that over the holidays. They know what next year is going to be like. They've got their budgets ready. They know that they want to begin team building, and they don't want to wait until January 2nd or January 3rd when people come back to the office to suddenly start putting out offer letters. So corporations across the U.S. typically put out offer letters over the holidays, and what do people do when they get an offer letter? They look at the home prices and say, is this an area that I want to live? And based upon my new salary and what homes are going to be costing me, is this a good move? And they fly out here and they look at property. So there are many people who are in town looking for homes over the holidays, and if your home is on, you're going to be able to capitalize on that.
And it might be easier for some people because some of the kids are out of school as well, so they can bring their kids with them. They can see what the market has to offer.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So the holidays might be a good time to put your house up for sale.
Yeah, and think about it. Studies have shown that most Americans take the majority of their paid time off. Corporate America, not self-employed people who can pretty much take off whenever they want. I mean, at of course, the mercy of their clients.
Right.
Thank you, by the way, for those that have let me take a little time off, which I rarely do. But if you think about it, if most people take off the week before Thanksgiving and take, several days or a week or so off for the arrival of Christmas, they have more flexibility in their calendar to be able to go and look at properties because they're off.
So they've saved some of their time off. And some companies, some individuals, I hear, I'm being a radio guy, right? And you're self-employed, you don't have to worry about having your paid time off expire.
Right.
Right? I mean, there's a lot of people that at the end of the year, you can only roll over a certain amount or nothing.
Yeah, it's back in cold. So I remember when I was in corporate America. Sure.
Right? So they're saying, okay, well, I've got all this time off. I've got to use it or lose it. So now's the time.
Right. You've got more time than ever to go looking for property. One of the big objections for listing over the holidays is I don't want people to be coming through my home, when we're preparing the turkey, we've got the groceries out, we're putting up the decorations. Look, if anybody, we're in Southern California. So if anybody has bought the pass at Disneyland that was under $1,000, they know the term blackout date.
Sure.
Right? Under 1,000, there are going to be certain dates on the calendar. You have the option as a seller of saying there are certain days I'm not going to allow my home to be shown, and their agent can note that in the showing instructions. No showing from 11/24 to 11/27.
Interesting. Okay.
So being on the market, it's not ideal, of course, but being on the market does not necessitate that you are ball and chain, to that cell phone every time someone wants to come through.
Well, and I'm going to suggest, I've said this many times on the broadcasts, I don't know anybody that wants to have their home listed for sale. I've never come across the individual that wants that. No. They want their home sold.
Right.
Once they've made the decision,
good point.
They want it sold. Right? So you got to hire somebody that's going to do a great job for you, get it sold, and then you don't have to worry about the showing appointments because you've got the sign out front that says in escrow.
That's right.
Right? And you're done. We're going to talk more with Brent Humpherys when we come back about the smell of your house. I wonder what Brent's got in mind with that one, but we're going to talk about that one when we come back. 3 dumb things you can do with email and Cyber Monday. Some hacks to score great deals. All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. On Twitter, @Ron Siegel. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Siegel Lending Team offers you buying power. Let's say you can afford a monthly mortgage payment, including principal and interest, of around $1,900. With today's rate on a 30-year fixed mortgage of 3.75%, APR 3.85%, that payment could support a $416,000 mortgage. But if you wait and rates tick up to around 6.5%, which is roughly the average home mortgage rate over the past 30 years, that same $1,900 mortgage payment, including principal and interest, may only be able to support a $314,000 mortgage. That's over $100,000 worth of home you're missing out on by waiting. That's buying power. All you need to do to get started is reach out to the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Payment example excludes taxes and insurance. Call us for full details. 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 or SiegelLendingTeam.com. Equal housing lender. Licensed under NMLS number 217037.
Are you purchasing or own a luxury home? If you're like so many others, your home is your largest asset and the mortgage is your largest debt. The Siegel Lending Team has some amazing financing opportunities right now. Jumbo loans up to $2 million, 30-year rates below 4%, 15-year rates near 3.5%, and if you can believe it, 7-year interest-only hybrids in low 3s. The Siegel Lending Team has all the options for your jumbo or second home loan requirements. Take advantage of them while you can. To learn more about all the other financing products available from the Siegel Lending Team, call 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Again, call 1-800-306-1990. Rates subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender.
Homeowners that are 62 and older are about to find out a great way to live a better retirement. It's called a reverse mortgage, and SLT can help you learn more. Call the Siegel Lending Team at 800-306-1990 right now to receive your free booklet with no obligation. It answers questions like how a reverse mortgage works, how much you qualify for, the ways to receive your money, and more. When you call the experts at Siegel Lending Team today, you'll learn the benefits of a government-insured reverse mortgage, how it will eliminate your monthly mortgage payments, and give you tax-free cash from the equity in your home. Here's the best part. You still own your home. Now is the best time to take control of your retirement. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990 to get your free brochure. Call today or visit our website at SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com, or simply call 800-306-1990.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has the solutions. Here, it's really, really simple. Go to CreditSanitizer.com. Put in your email address. Once a week, we're going to send you an email with solutions and ideas to help you increase your credit score. Now, I don't know if you need your credit score increased today. If you're buying a house today, you want the maximum credit score. If you're buying a car today, you want the maximum credit score. If you're looking for a credit card, or if you're looking for some furniture, anything you're financing, you want the best possible credit score. It does not happen overnight. So take a look at these different options for you, see these ideas that we have, and see if we can help you out in getting a higher credit score. Now, if you're looking to move sooner, if you're listening to what Brent Humpherys is sharing with us this morning about the idea of maybe now being the right time to buy during the holiday season or the right time to sell during the holiday season, maybe you want to talk to Alan Han. He takes care of credit repairs and corrections for Ron Siegel Radio. Think about that. Not a whole lot of money, but it saves you a whole lot of money. 3 dumb things you can do with email. Now, why would you want to do dumb things with your email? But it happens all the time. A weak password. I think the last time I checked, the number 1 password in America was password. Followed very closely by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Unless you needed 8 digits and then you put an 8 after it. I mean, crazy stuff.
Well,
yes.
My son Jacob said something to me over the weekend that I thought was really funny. He said, sometimes when I can't remember my password, I want to make my password the word incorrect. So if I type in the wrong password, it will immediately prompt and say, your password is incorrect.
That's funny.
And I'll put it in.
I like that one.
Yeah, shout out to Jacob.
Good job, Jacob. Like that one. You know, I actually did that with my air card. Okay. I have a friend of mine that had shared with me that he travels a lot. I used to travel a lot. And the name of my wireless network on my air card is virus detected. Now, do you know anybody, if you're in an airport and you see somebody's got a network available, do you think they're going to click on virus detected?
No.
There you go. Sending and storing sensitive information. Now, I'm very, very cognizant of this, leading a lending team. Don't send your social security number to anybody. Don't send a trust receipt. Don't send your bank statement. Anybody that needs those documents has a secure method of transferring them. And before you ever go to transfer them, hover your mouse over the URL, the direction, place where it's going, and make sure there's some logic to it. You know, I saw one just this morning. I was watching one of the news channels, and one of the guys was talking about the idea that he got something that looked official from American Express. And it said you had to go to their secure service. And he clicked it, and it wasn't American Express. So if you're seeing something weird, pick up the phone, make a phone call. You know, I've told you many, many times in the real estate arena, never, ever wire your money to an escrow office or to a title company without having first picked up the phone, call the escrow officer or the title officer, and ask them, is this the correct instructions? And regardless, even if you get a last-minute request for change, pick up the phone a second time. Do not wire your money out until you've talked to somebody personally. It's just safety, and I know somebody that nearly lost $90,000. It was with a local credit union. Everybody knows the name. They lost nearly $90,000 because they didn't follow this guidance that they had been told in advance. That's what drives me crazy. They were told the information in advance. That's your Credit Matters segment. Again, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. We're going to continue our conversation this morning. Brent Humpherys, Humpherys Homes and Estates. We are chatting about selling your home during the holiday season. Now, Brent, I got to throw this one at you. You know, it's just a personal issue of mine.
Uh-oh.
I have beaten anorexia. And, you know, you walk into houses at this time of year, almost, you know, I'm not looking to buy a house, but, you know, I walked into my mom's the other day. Boy, it smelled good.
You sure?
Right?
Cook trays of cookies.
I go into a friend of ours. She's a tremendous cook. In fact, throw a plug at her. Maybe she'll make me some more fudge. But, you know, they make these things, and it smells wonderful.
Yeah, well, that's one of the advantages of the holidays.
Is it really?
And that season. Not only do your homes smell good, but imagine if you're out looking in June, and you're looking at a home, and you schedule a showing appointment, and you show up, and the seller left a note and a tray of cookies and maybe a cold pitcher of or something like that. You think, boy, are they desperate. Look at this. They're just trying to, you know, wine and dine us so we buy the home. But so what's suspicious in June is commonplace and accepted and almost anticipated over the holiday season. You have little treats out there.
In June, I was thinking that they might have just fertilized, so that might not be the good idea.
Nice. Wow, you have a very quick mind.
I'm warped mind, most people say,
Yeah.
but I appreciate the going to that direction.
Years ago, when I was doing open houses, when I started in this business, I mean, a lot of the training says, you know, put out a plate of cookies or put bread in the oven. The smell of bread in the oven gets people in the, I don't even want to say in the mood in front of you because you go crazy with it, but, you know, in the mood to buy, right?
Sure.
I mean, people buy on emotion, they feel good, it feels homey, it smells homey. But these things are commonplace in the holidays, and people can picture what a holiday celebration would look like.
Well, you'll appreciate this one, Brent, because Robert Mott been on the program with us many times. Right? He said that, you know, 70% of our wine tasting experience comes from smelling the wine. Right, and I know that you're a wine guru. You enjoy a good glass, right? I mean,
Sure.
But you should try smelling it, right?
Absolutely. Why would you?
I mean, it's a part of the experience.
I've never watched anybody plug their nose and, you know.
Exactly. So I mean, it does make sense. And you know, you hear people talk about putting the vanilla in the oven, right? Just so the house, you know, has a. You're trying to appeal to every sense possible. Now, let me ask you this one, because it's not even on. I don't even know. Maybe it's on your notes, and I just am jumping the gun here. Do homes sometimes get the impression of being cluttered around the holiday time? Is that an issue?
So there are many people that would argue that over the holidays it's not a great time to list your home for sale because the idea of decorations and a Christmas tree and things in your walking space and cramped halls, yes, that's always a possibility. But my belief is that most people, because I'm married 22 years, I know a little bit about cleaning up the house before people come over.
Sure.
People tend to put things away and make the home look the best when guests are coming over.
Sure.
My home never looks better than, you know, over the holidays.
Oh, you're in trouble now.
Probably. She doesn't tune in and listen. The point.
Anybody that's listening here that knows Mrs. H, you better don't tell her the Brent just
She
said
keeps
that.
a very, very clean home, but over the holidays when you're having people over,
it's extra special.
It's extra special. Sure.
Sure. And you know something? Again, most people that listen to Ron Siegel Radio understand that I am not politically correct. You know, I love the holidays, right? I mean, I've shared many times openly I'm Jewish.
And are you offended that I'm talking about Christmas?
Not at all.
Beautiful.
And I'd be upset. I actually get offended when people avoid the holiday season or the terminologies of the holiday because it's a great time of year. You're with family, you're with friends, you're having a good time. I mean, I think I look at my calendar and every night this week and for the next 3 weeks, you know, we've got events going on where we're seeing family, friends, coworkers, and it's a great time of year.
It is.
Right? And if we took that out of our culture, what a bore. Right?
I agree completely.
Unbelievable. So, okay, so the house is going to smell good. It looks good. International buyers, are they here or are they gone?
Well, they're here. Many of them are here. Many of them aren't here yet. But the last I checked, you know, when you've got about $130 billion, I think, this year in foreign investment in U.S. real estate, last I checked, not all countries follow our holiday calendar. I mean, shout out to our friends in Canada, right?
Sure.
Thanksgiving is not in November in Canada. It's the second Monday in October.
Right.
So Canadians aren't, last I checked, they're not looking at our calendar and saying, oh gosh, I better not make my holiday plans.
Right.
They're coming to the U.S. to buy property.
They're
a lot
doing
of
what they want to do. Yeah, exactly. Chinese New Year is not in December.
Correct.
Or in January. Right. So that's another one of those. The internet, did they close the internet during the holidays?
No, and I'm actually really glad that you mentioned that. So many of the predominant real estate websites have reported a surge, and not just once or twice, but surges in home searches. Surge and search, those are two hard words to say back to back.
Yeah, exactly.
November and December. People are looking. Think about it. If you're taking a lot of your paid time off in November and December, what do you have more time to do? Look at homes.
And you can focus on it.
Sure. And what about across the country? We're here on a rainy day in Southern California, which is very, very rare.
Right, exactly.
Think around the country where people are snowed in and they're not going to work because, the snow plows and the chains and all those things that, I read about and don't experience here in California. And I hope that didn't come off the wrong way. But when people are snowed in.
It happens here in California. It was really horrible over the weekend. It was Thursday. It was 100 degrees. So, it's a tough time.
Yeah.
But somebody has to. But we pay high taxes.
Yes, we do.
So you might not want to be here. Traffic.
People are absolutely looking for homes in the holiday season. Surge in internet activity.
So we're going to chat more with Brent Humpherys about this when we come back. I also saw a couple of things about motivation. So we might talk to Brent a little bit about, are people motivated to buy? Are they motivated to sell at this time of year? Or does the motivation go away? Is there anything to do with motivation with respect to the new year and a new business calendar? So we'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about Cyber Monday, hacks to score great deals. All that and more. You can reach us anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Connect with us. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio, on Twitter @Ron Siegel. Mitch, good to see you with us. Bobby Joe, thanks for joining in as well. Dora, glad to see you with us as well. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area-trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Most businesses struggle to get the online reviews they need to get a competitive edge over their competition. Rex is a brand new technology that uses text messages to direct happy clients to your online review sites, Zillow, Google, Facebook, and Yelp, and unhappy clients to a private survey, so businesses can win more customers. Try Rex today by going to www.meetrex.com. Are you currently renting a home? Do you like paying someone else's mortgage payment? Why not explore the options to purchase your own home? Can you imagine a 30-year fixed-rate loan below 4.25% APR? This means with $10,500, you can purchase a $295,000 home and have a principal and interest payment of about $1,400 per month. What are you paying in rent? Does your family deserve the opportunity to take advantage of the current market? To learn more about these exciting opportunities, the Siegel Lending Team is standing by to speak with you. Call now, 1-800-306-1990. That's 1-800-306-1990. Or visit SiegelLendingTeam.com. That's SIEGEL LendingTeam.com. Or 1-800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by NMLS ID 217037 and 145502. Equal housing lender. Not endorsed or sponsored by any government agency.
Do you have a goal of mortgage-free home ownership? What if your home was valued at $500,000? Are you aware that a free and clear home could be costing you $2,500 every month, $30,000 per year? The mortgage planners at the Siegel Lending Team would like to show you how you can own your home, generate tax-free income, and accumulate family wealth. You simply need to call the Ron Siegel Team at 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990. By sending the team a copy of your most recent mortgage statement, the team will send you you a no-obligation real estate plan. You be the judge if this is right for your family. Again, all you have to do is send the team a copy of your mortgage statement by email to reap@ronsiegelradio.com or call today. Ron Siegel, 1-800-306-1990. That is 1-800-306-1990.
Rate subject to change and without notice. Licensed by the California DOC and BRENMLS 217037 and 145502 and Cal BRE 01869452 and 1866775.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and as your consumer advocate, I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. The Word on Wealth segment today being brought to you by Gold Star Mortgage. When you're ready for that next mortgage, there is no better product on the market than the Fast Pass loan approval. Just saw someone else recently, they got a $10,000 below the next best offer because they had the Fast Pass loan approval. No loan contingencies. You check that box. It's one less thing. It's a second item that almost every seller looks at when they're selling their home. They want to know what the price is and what are the contingencies to the contract. So think about that concept. When there are no loan contingencies, what do you think this is going to do for you? Helps you out a whole lot. Cyber Monday. It is, well, we are a live broadcast, so we can say the fact that today is Cyber Monday. We are I don't know if you celebrate it or not. It's if you're, well, I can only cause trouble here. If my wife's out shopping, I will not be celebrating the fact that it's Cyber Monday. And she probably is. Well, she's probably at home shopping, I guess, being that it's cyber, right?
We're both going to be in trouble with our wives today.
I know my wife. Doing this every day, I know she's not listening. And if she was, she'd probably be sending me a text message right now saying, let your guest talk. So, Cyber Monday, spend some time preparing. It might be a little late for some of these, but you can still get in on it. Timing, preparation, help you snag the best online shopping promotions. I also saw, whenever you say online shopping, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Web browser?
Hey, that might be one of them. So most people think Amazon.
Oh, you mean specific, yeah.
Right? When you think about web shopping. But did you know that there are other companies out there that sell online besides Amazon? Have you thought about that? Do you know where you can even go to find any of these other places? Do you know that there are some places that sell electronics cheaper than Amazon? Amazon, do you think they got to be the price that they are by giving everything away? Or do you think they've marked every single item on their website? Do you think they make a profit on everything? Yeah, Jeff Bezos, what'd you say that, Brent? He went over $100 billion in net worth because of the price of Amazon.
That's an Amazon net worth.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to share this one with you. Don't tell anybody I told you this. There is the super secret website that you can go and find other items. Google.com. You might find somebody that sells things other than Amazon at a better price. Maybe not. WikiBuy is another source, WikiBuy, that you can register and do some price shopping on there as well. But figure out what you need. Don't expect deals on everything. Just because it's on Amazon, just because it's Cyber Monday, does not mean you're going to get a deal on everything. There are some sites, believe it or not, that Cyber Monday is going to go through Tuesday. Be sure you're watching the alerts. Check in throughout the day. There might be different deals at different times of the day. Get gift cards. Maybe you can find a place to go and get some good gift cards. Let's see what else we see on here. You can shop from your phone. Think about that one. Check out your card reward categories. Maybe certain of your credit cards give you more rewards and you might want to use those. Chase Freedom offers 5% cash back for purchases at Walmart. Are you buying from Walmart online? Just a thought for you.
Yeah. One other tip.
Yep, go for it.
You sign into a website, you find the item you want, you add it to your cart, and then you don't buy it. And you sit and you wait. And the retailer, because they have your information or a cookie, I've read that many of them will show up a few hours later or follow up via an email. Hey, with some enticing price drop, or free shipping, or some new incentive to get you to close that deal.
Makes sense. So be patient. I think what Brent is saying, be patient.
Something people say to me all the time.
Right, exactly. So just a few thoughts there. That is the Word on Wealth segment, again, brought to you by our friends at Gold Star Mortgage, the only home of the Fast Pass loan approval. The only place I know of that you can get that. We are continuing our conversation this morning. Brent Humpherys, Humpherys Homes and Estates, is with us. We are chatting about selling your home during the holiday season. And I'm going to throw this out at Brent because I've got my ideas. We might have even talked about this on prior broadcasts. But let's think about this concept, Brent. Do you get the looky-loos at this time of year?
Not that many. No, I think about a property that I put in escrow, my client William Rogers, in November.
Okay.
In the first 2 or 3 days, I think we had 10 to 12 showings. Estimated, because sometimes the lockbox report's late, but about a dozen showings. I had 6 offers in the first 2 or 3 days on that property. So basically a 1-to-2 ratio.
So 50% of the people
make an offer.
Made an offer.
Right. You don't have a lot of looky-loos.
Okay, now I'm a simple guy.
Okay.
In July, say, when you've got a property that's priced properly, is the ratio about the same at 50%?
No, it's not. I'd say it's probably 5 to 7 showings per offer.
5 to 7 showings per offer. So that's at
one offer received.
For one offer received. So that's about 20% if it's on the lower side.
Yeah.
So
it's going to vary by property, but yeah, you get a ton of showings. Like you said very appropriately, no one likes to sell their home. They like their home sold. If you're looking for motivated buyers who are, look, you think about it, right? You're preparing for the holidays. You've got all the, Christmas, I said the word Christmas presents, Hanukkah presents, right?
Yeah.
Thanksgiving shopping, everything. If you're out looking at property with all of that holiday stress, you're a real buyer. You're not messing around.
Now, we started talking about this. Now, we can talk about it from both sides of the coin. And well, you can certainly speak to this. There's a little company that's moving into the San Diego market, and I think it's going to affect, all the way up into Orange County. I think I heard that Amazon might be moving down your way. 50,000 people. Now, do you think that they made this decision? I don't know when they're planning on opening that headquarters down there, sometime out in the future. But they're making plans in advance, right? And I think we might have talked a little bit about this in an earlier segment. But a lot of companies, they don't want to wait until January 2nd or 3rd or whenever they go back to work to start implementing the game plan, because it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get it going.
Sure does.
Right? So they don't want to have a 10-month year, because if you say, well, I'm not going to work in October and I don't get started on implementing my plan until February, I'm going to stop working in December, right?
Yeah. Offer letters come out around Thanksgiving to Christmas.
So
people need to shop in advance.
They need to find a place. So the buyers are out too.
The buyers are out.
So they could take their family to Disneyland, or they can go house shopping. Only one of them are they going to do because they have to.
Correct.
Right? So they're going to be more motivated as well. So they're not going to be out there. You're not going to have the guy, I would assume, the guy that's out there, are they making the lowball offers, or are they making something to be done?
They're making something to be done. And many realtors across the country have reported an uptick in showing requests over the holidays.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So the realtors are seeing more of an uptick. The internet is seeing more of an uptick. Now, I would assume, I shouldn't say that. Do most realtors, I don't want to say you because I know you're not the average realtor. Does the average realtor vet the buyer or seller a little more at this time of year because they really don't want to work either?
I think it depends on who the caliber of the realtor, how much they've got in their production load, whether they're planning to take time off or vacation.
Well, and I would suggest
that's a guess.
Yeah, and I would suggest that taking time off is good, right? It should be a planned time off, not just because you want to be lazy.
Correct.
And I would say in Orange County especially, I don't know the San Diego stats. I know there's 19,000 licensed realtors in Orange County and maybe
17 in San Diego.
17,000 in San Diego. My guess in both of the cities, it's less than 1,000 are really working, making a living at it in both markets. So one of the things there also is, kind of judge when you call. I know that if I called Brent and said, here's a listener that wants to list their house, he's on it like white on rice, right? It doesn't matter, what time of year, if you're not on a planned vacation or Sunday. I mean, obviously that's, the business model, right?
Yep.
You're on it like white on rice. You're going to call within a heartbeat,
Yep.
right? You got that vetting. It's already done. There are the other agents that that they're going to go out when they get to it. At this time of year, it might be that they get to it in January. Mm-hmm. Right?
I mean, I work with people who this just happened, went and purchased the home on the very first day that we went out. And I've had people I've shown property to for 19 months. But the question I always love to ask people on the first inquiry is, how soon do you need a home?
Sure.
And those that stutter and stammer, they're not motivated to buy right now. They're looking. I'm still going to treat them well, but when you say, how soon do you need a home? If you hear, 2 months or, my husband's getting transferred or something like that, there's a sense of urgency on their end.
Right. Job transfer, San Diego especially, you've got deployment changes.
Oh, gosh, absolutely.
Right, all that. Now, we're going to throw one last thing out there because we only have a couple seconds left.
Okay.
Do you leave some treats for Santa or your realtor there on the counter?
For the realtor? Well, when I've sold my homes, I've sold them myself. So, I haven't left treats out for my realtor because I am my realtor. So.
Oh, okay. But
you're asking just generally?
In general.
Some of the easiest questions are the ones that stump me. Sure you can.
Okay. So leave a plate of cookies out there. Don't leave the milk out. It might go sour.
Sure.
But
that'd be an utter disaster.
An utter disaster. You're bad, man.
Sorry.
Oh, amazing. Thanks to Brent Humpherys, Humpherys Homes and Estates, for coming in and joining us all the way from northern San Diego, whichever direction you're going from. It's a great individual to know in the real estate market, and be sure to set that first radio preset button to come back here every day to join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to John, who's engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money, help a lot of people, have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.